A very good evening and welcome to BCN News. Leading our bulletin tonight, iPhone users on the island are concerned with the lack of progress from Telecom's 4G to use their phones. The 4G services provided by Telecom cannot provide voice capability. They can only use their phones. Esther Pavihi has more.
iPhone users were assured earlier this year that this problem would be rectified by the third quarter of the year. Responding to BCN News, Telecom CEO Brett Collier stated that currently Telecom Niue is testing with Apple the network to ensure it passes the very high standards that Telecom Niue and Apple put on their devices. Collier stated that they are running tests which are being analysed to ensure the service is correct and reliable. These tests are still ongoing. Once completed, he said it would be released to the market for use. The Telecom Niue CEO added that the original time frame was third quarter of 2019, but Apple and Telecom Niue are still not completely happy with the results and will therefore continue testing. BCN News is also seeking a comment from Apple. This is Esther Pavihi for BCN News.
Lab specimen from the gynecological clinics conducted in April this year, which was sent to New Zealand, have been reported missing. 101 specimens were sent to New Zealand. Of these, 17 did not turn up to the lab in New Zealand for reasons unknown. The current system is to have the specimen sent across to New Zealand by courier. This has been confirmed by gynecologists from Middlemore Hospital in Auckland, Anne-Marie van der Merwe and Caitlin Prendergast, who conducted the clinics at the Nuefo Hospital in April this year. Responding to BCN News, Caitlin Prendergast stated the specimen are sent from Nuefo Hospital Laboratory to the Auckland Lab Plus by courier. She stated that as gynecologists, they are not involved with that process, and it is the laboratory and hospital's responsibility. According to Prendergast, this is the second time this has happened. Specimen went missing with a previous visit in 2017. She says they have been waiting since May and have been contacting the labs at both ends, hoping the samples would turn up, as some have. Both gynecologists have decided it has been long enough and have contacted the women involved. These specimens will need to be taken again. Prendergast stated this can be done by the medical staff in Niue. Currently, there is only one qualified nurse registered to perform smears at the hospital. For their next visit, Prendergast states they are looking into permissions with the Ministry for Primary Industries in New Zealand in order to be able to physically transport the specimen themselves. In her response, Prendergast stated, quote, "This has been extremely frustrating and we are very upset by this, as this is the second incident and may be harmful to our patients. We agree that this has been unacceptable for the women involved, and all we can do is apologize for the delay and continue to work to improve the system," unquote. BCN News has contacted the Director General of Social Services, who is yet to reply to our queries. The private sector has shown significant growth in the formal cash sector. According to the latest statistical release on Niue's gross domestic product, in 11 years from 2008 to 2018, the sector has a growth rate of 59.1%, or an annual average growth 5.4%. The estimates this year saw the value of production in the private enterprise formal cash sector bypassing that of the government non-market sector for the first time. The increase pattern was noticed in 2012, and for 6 years it remains to increase. There is growth in production in the private businesses of Niue. Meanwhile, the estimated value of economic activity in the Niue economy in constant prices have increased from $27.9 million to $29.7 million from the years 2017 to 2018. This equates to 6.5% annual growth. In current prices for the same periods, the economy has increased production from $36.7 million in 2017 to $43.5 million in 2018, a significant growth of 18.4%. A 2-day Inception workshop on accelerating Niue's renewable energy application was held this week, headed by the Ministry of Infrastructure, UNDP and PMCU. A total budget of $3.3 million over 4 years will finance Niue's renewable energy project.
One of the key features of this project is Niue's target of 80% renewable energy production, which will help reduce the use of fossil fuels and reducing costs of running diesel generators. The Office of UNDP plays an integral part in this project. UNDP's regional resident representative to Niue, Jorn Sorensen, based in Samoa, attended the session in his first visit to Niue.
It's great to be in Niue. Had a fantastic few days here. Great to meet the government, the great people of Niue, and to be here to launch a new energy project on renewables that's been funded by the Global Environmental Facility, where UNDP is the implementing partner with the Niue government. But first, let me just say that I'm very new to the region. I was just accredited to the region on 26th of August, and I'm posted in Samoa, so this is my first visit to Niue. So very good interactions, and we are now here at this workshop for our renewable project, 3.3 million. We quite hopeful that this would be a very helpful project for Niue, in sense of we moving towards a target of 80% renewable energy. Energy production should be up to 80% from renewables, meaning you will have a significant savings in terms of lack of diesel import for generation, but you're also going to really leave a much lower footprint in terms of the environmental impact. So very important, especially for this region here.
The Director General of the Ministry of Social Services, Andres Iohannes, said that Niue had been working on this renewable energy application since 2016 and that they are very happy to finally get to this stage. Esther Pavihi, BCN News.
Police and the Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forests will be carrying out a census on stray dogs on the island. Rock Vets confirmed to BCN News that police officers will be visiting each village to ascertain stray dogs and the registered dogs. Stray dogs are a major issue on the island, with police teaming up with DAF to eliminate stray dogs. Meanwhile, the Rock Vets have had a good response, with the locals making use of their free clinic services. Based on this response, Rock Vets will be conducting another week of free vet clinics and will leave the island next Friday. Rock Vets is also urging the public that if anyone has information or has the police dog catching pole, to please return it to DAF, as the Rock Vets need it urgently. It is a long aluminium pole with a metal loop. And finally, the third meeting of the Ekalesia Niue, called the Ofanga Talamitaki, was held yesterday. The meeting brings together the pastors from all 13 Ekalesia branches from the island, as well as representatives from Australia and New Zealand. BCN News spoke to the president of the Ekalesia, Reverend Vili Kamupala Viviani, who said that this is the opportunity for the leaders of the Ekalesia Church to come together and discuss issues that is affecting the church and the opportunities going forward. He said that this year the turnout was not as great as it was in the previous two meetings, but he is hopeful that their discussions will yield positive results for the work of the Ekalesia Niue, and particularly to safeguard the spiritual well-being of the people of Niue. The last meeting was in 2016. And that's BCN News for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Have a safe weekend.